decision, and I still ended up in this godforsaken position. I'm tired of people blaming me for an accident that I didn't cause. Welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. This is your BBB, and in today's video I am finally at a point where I can talk about my accident. I can tell you how I feel, and I can answer some of those questions and put some of those emotions to bed with the people that are angry about me, thinking that I caused my accident. Come on, let's talk. Now guys, the regular housekeeping things, right? I want to say thank you so much for always being on this journey with me. It means absolutely the most to me. I really appreciate it, you guys. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate all the updates that you guys give to me. And listen, it's just been a great ride. And my YouTube channel initially started out because I wanted to, motivate somebody to continue whatever they're going through. But it doesn't just motivate others, it also motivates me, and it is a form of therapy for me. So I am not going to come off this YouTube train anytime soon, even though I've been a little inconsistent. But hey, I will be very consistent for you guys. I promise you guys. It's going to be every Monday, every Friday at 7 p.m. that I'm going to be uploading a video. To my usual subs, to my regular subs, to my new subs, to my semi-new subs, to the people who are just joining me, I want to say thank you so much for being here. You will not be disappointed, and remember, y'all need to watch the video to the legit end. So guys, if you missed it, look up there. Yeah, I currently did an interview at Smile Jamaica, and it was a good interview. I mean, I looked fabulous. I think my new color is going to be red instead of purple, but it was a good interview. It was talking about my foreign accent syndrome, and I still do have a little bit of that British accent, and that's what happens every time I get too emotional, or I start to talk very fast and I miss some words because it's like my brain and my mouth is not working. But hey, we'll talk about that in another video. So let's get into today's video. So it's only fitting, well, I thought it was only fitting that I do this video in a motor vehicle because hey, I'm going to be talking about my accident, and it feels a little funny being around the driver's seat. However, I have worked through my anxiety as best as I can. I mean, I do still have some anxiety, but hey, we'll talk about that a little bit later down in the video. So as you guys know, if you don't know, I was celebrating my birthday for 6 weeks, from May 20 till June 30, right? Yes, I am big on birthdays. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm very big on birthdays. And the reason also why I celebrate my birthday such a long period of time is because I have different circle of friends that not all my circles can come together. I mean, people are people. Not all my circles can come together. So what I do is give people the leeway to, choose how they want to celebrate me. And so that is also a reason why I celebrate my birthday so long. On top of that, I like to do a lot of stuff. I mean, I should be celebrated. I've been through so much trauma even before my accident that has kept me and has built me up really to be strong enough now to still be here talking to you guys. So I think I should be celebrated. Anyways, celebrated my birthday for 6 weeks, and the final event was actually painted in Negril. And let me tell you something. Painted has always been an event that I wanted to go, but I could not go. Either it was finances, either it was work, either it was no company to drive with me. Because what I try to do, if I'm going out of town, I drive alone. I normally stay in whatever parish that I'm in. If I'm not driving alone, I ensure that the people that are coming with me, at least one person is able to drive. And so, hey, I was looking forward to Painted. My intention was to go to Painted in Negril and stay in Negril for the weekend. And so that was my plan straight through. And you know when you're planning something and you realize that you're getting obstacles and everything that you're planning, is falling through? Listen, nothing I planned for that weekend fell through. And before the weekend, like in the week, because the painting was the Saturday, I mean, in the week, when the week started, nothing seemed like it was gonna actually work out. My outfit that I wanted to wear, my tailor said to me, I brought the thing to him too late. He's possibly not gonna be able to give me my outfit. So that was the first thing. Then I was supposed to have the vehicle ready for weekend. I was told that it may not be ready for weekend. Then I was told by my company at the time that, hey, pay might be late, which would mean I'd get pay on the Friday, but then if it's going to be late, I'd get pay on the Monday. So everything as the week progressed was just not working out until Thursday came. And when Thursday came, my tailor reached out to me and he said to me, well, I don't know how I did it, but your outfit is ready and you can come and pick it up. I'm like, hey, look at God, right? So that was set. And then my boss at the time said to me, okay, so things are working out, so we should be getting paid on the Friday, just late in the afternoon. And I'm like, somebody wants me in heaven to go to Painted, right? And even with the motor vehicle, because it was being worked on, even with the motor vehicle, right, I was told that I may not be able to get it for the weekend. And the young man called me on the Friday morning and said, listen, the vehicle is ready, you can get the vehicle. So everything that at the beginning of the week seemed impossible now was possible. All my roadblocks, all my hints, I would call them, to say I was not supposed to end up in Negril, all worked out by this. I didn't have to make any effort or any extra effort in order to get it done. And I was like, okay, we're going to Painted. And so the Saturday came and I was getting ready, packed my bags, getting ready to go do my makeup. And I posted on my Instagram that, hey, I am gonna go to Painted. And my friend said to me, hey, I'm going to Painted too, let's go together. Because she has not been able to celebrate with me how I'd like her to celebrate with me over the 6 weeks. And so because of that, she said to me, okay, I'm gonna come Painted with you. Now the fact that she's coming to Painted with me, the idea of staying in Negril went through the roof, because now I have somebody that's coming with me, so I have to come back to Montego Bay. All right, fine. So we went, we did our makeup, and we were on our way. And just before I actually, made my journey to Negril, before I was coming out to Montego Bay, we posted on Instagram in our stories that we were on our way to Painted. And another friend of mine actually reached out to me and said, hey, we were looking to go to Painted too. Unfortunately, the drive thing wasn't working out. If they could get a drive with us. And I'm like, okay, sure. So to me, in that moment, I was going to go to Painted with my friends, and we were going to have a good time, and it was a great way to end my birthday. And at least that's what I thought. And so 4 of us, we went to Negril, and it was a good ride. I mean, at that time it was state of emergency. I had no issues with the police. Listen, when I tell you guys that there were no signs, there was nothing, it was legit like a perfect situation to go to Negril, to go to Painted, to travel, everything. I got no issues along the way when traveling. I had no issues with getting myself ready, with getting to Painted. I even won VIP tickets on my way to Painted. So I'm like, listen, this is just so awesome. And I was relaxed. I didn't think about it. I was just getting ready to party. And listen, y'all saw how I look. Y'all see this girl right here. A girl was fly, right? I was super cute, super hot. Outfit on fleek. yeah. I mean, 18-inch braids. That girl was hot. So, I mean, we were at Painted, and this is where things got real. So we went to VIP, and at that time, the VIP in Painted was actually JB, which means that most of the mixed liquor was actually JB. And so we didn't drink JB, so we made a whole fun out of it, because literally all night, all we did was drink juice and eat a whole lot of food, because Painted's VIP food was turned up, right? And so at the end of the day, you know, we were all sober people. We were all okay. I'm sorry, guys. You know, in the car, people walking by, right? So I was really, it was really a good time. I mean, I shaked my rump. I partied with my friends. It was good, clean fun, right? And I was ready to go home. And so I said to my friends, okay, I'm gonna go in the car. When you guys are ready, you know where to find me. And I went to the vehicle. I bought my jerk chicken, because you know it's customary when you go out, when you're leaving an event, you buy the jerk chicken, okay? So I bought the jerk chicken, and I was in the car. And at the time, remember that guy that I told you that rejected me when I actually started to learn to walk? If you didn't watch that video, you can watch it up there. But that guy at the time was who I was talking to, I mean, about 2 weeks. And I had said to him that I'm about to leave out, and he said to me, okay, when you reach into Montego Bay, let me know and you can come by. And I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. You know, I let us spooky and all these things. Anyways, by the time I finished eating my chicken, the first friend number one, because I'm not going to name any names, friend number one that I had picked up initially, she came into the vehicle. She bought her jerk chicken too, and girl was so tired, she was eating the jerk chicken and fell asleep over the jerk chicken, like legit. And so by the time she fell asleep and I was letting her sleep, and I was, you know, on my phone and stuff like that, looking through snaps, because you know you have to snap when you go to a Jamaican party. And so by that time, my other two friends, friend number 2 and friend number 3, actually, you know, said to me, they're ready. So I said, okay, are you guys gonna buy your jerk chicken? And they went ahead and they bought their jerk chicken, and they sat and they ate. And even through eating their food, friend number 1 was still asleep. So I woke her up and I said to her, listen, you can't drive beside me and sleeping, so go around the back. And I asked friend number 2 to come around the front. So we ate a jerk chicken, and we pulled out into the traffic in Negril to go from Negril to Montego Bay. And I was fine. I was good. I was legitimately fine. I didn't want to sleep. I was not tired. I was just ready to end my night. I drove to Montego Bay, and when I reached to Montego Bay, I said, well, I reached my roundabout, and friend number 2, friend number 3, and I would have gone in one direction, and friend number 1 would have lived in another direction. And I said to friend number 2 and 3, I said, guys, I'm gonna go drop home friend number 1. So are you guys gonna come with me, or should I drop you home? And friend number 2 said to me, we're not gonna let you drive alone. And these are the friends that I have, right? They always think about me, and they always think about things that affect me. Well, majority of them anyways. And friend number 2 said, no, we're not letting you drive alone. And I'm like, okay. So we all decided to make the journey to drop friend number 1 home. And I was driving, and I was fine. I was okay. And when I reached to the airport roundabout, I had to stop to let through a trailer. And guys, I'm telling you, when I stopped to let through that trailer, I was fine. And as that trailer passed, I just felt a tiredness come over me, and I knew that I could not go any further. And as I finished the roundabout after the trailer, you know, passed by, I stopped at that bus stop at the end of the roundabout, and I said, guys, I feel like if I blink, we're gonna go into a ditch. And so somebody needs to drive, and then when we reach the friend number 1's house, wake me up and I'll drive us home. And friend number 2 said to me, I've driven with friend number 3 before. He has his license. He's a good driver, and he's okay to drive. And I turned to him and I said, are you okay to drive? He said, yes. I said, have you been sleeping? And he said, no. And I said, okay. And we switched seats. At this time, remember, friend number 1 has been sleeping from Negril. she was still sleeping even up to that point, right? So she doesn't know anything that's happening really, because in my head I'm like, okay, she's sleeping, she's tired, we're legit gonna bring her home anyway, so when we reach to her house we just wake her up. So all this time, all this is happening, friend number one is still sleeping. And so I exchanged seat with friend number three, and I watched friend number three pull out from the bus stop and drive to the next stoplight, and I was comfortable with it. He drove very conscious. I mean, he drove in a manner where I was comfortable enough to fall asleep and fall asleep. I'm sorry, guys. I was comfortable enough to fall asleep because of how he drove. You get what I'm saying? He drove cautious. He drove careful. He even braked up before we even reached the... I'm sorry. Yeah. He even braked up way before the stoplight, and then between the bus stop and where we're gonna drop friend number one, it's one straight road. Like, it's legit one straight road. And I watched him pull up at that stoplight, and the next thing, I woke up 2 days later in a hospital bed, looking up in the ceiling, not knowing what the hell had really happened, because the last thing I can remember is coming from Negril, stopping, my friend taking over for the wheel for me, and we dropping home friend number one. So how the hell did I go from that to lying in a hospital bed, not able to move, not able to even blink? I mean, my eye was sewn shut. I thought I lost an eye, and all I was looking up is in the ceiling with a neck brace on and being told not to move. Yeah. So that's the accident, really, right? And I'm not gonna remind you guys of how gruesome the accident was, but I mean, yeah, that's the motor vehicle that I was brought out of. Now, what has plagued me for the entire time since my recovery is the fact that people have so many things to say about my accident, and I'm gonna put some to rest. I'm gonna disagree with some, I'm gonna be angry about some, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. Now, I'm getting a little bit emotional, so let me calm down a little bit, right? So, I'm the type of friend, I never leave my friends stranded. You get what I'm saying? So, if I'm going out and if I am driving, best believe I would never drop my friend at a central location, because then I'm gonna have to go home, stay up, wait until you actually get a cab, and then reach home for you to tell me that you're okay. Why would I put my friend in that position when I have a vehicle that's available? So as long as I'm going out, right, and I have my friends with me, I'm dropping every last one of them home. The only way I would not drop them home is if they had a designated driver that's waiting on them, like in the town or something, to bring them home directly. Otherwise, from that, I would bring them home. So first of all, let me put that out there. If this situation happened 10 million and one times, I would have made the same decision to drop my friend home. I would have made that same exact decision, because one, I was not tired. Two, I had a vehicle. Three, she did not live out of my way to the point where it's going to take me 2 hours or an hour to reach her home. We travel together, everybody gets home safely together. That is my motto. So if this situation happened 10 million times, that first decision of dropping her home, I would not make another decision otherwise from that, right? So I just realized that the air condition has been on this entire time, and I do apologize for that. But let's get back into it, right? So I would have not made any other decision besides the one that I made. that night, right? So for all the people that keep saying they're angry with me because they'd never passed their home, or they would have dropped their friend in the town or whatever, that's you. That is you. I'm not built that way because one, no matter where I go, whether I'm driving or not, people never drop me in the town. They didn't drop me at the nearest point to my home. They always drop me home. If they can't drop me home, they find somebody that can drop me home. So I would never be someone that has a vehicle. And I mean, if you lived as far as Falmouth, I'd bring you home, right? And I wasn't even going that far. So to the people that keep saying, why did you pass your home? Why didn't you just let her stay with you? Why didn't you? Why? This is why. I'm not grown up in a home where we do sleepovers, right? So the only way she would have reached to my house on that night was if I was really tired when I reached to Montego Bay and I could not go any further. Then I would have said to my mom and dad that, hey, I can't reach, I'm tired. She's not going to get any drive if I drop her in the town. And so can she spend the night? Otherwise, from that, I would have had to talk to my mum and dad way before that Saturday and let them know, okay, I'm going to be traveling with my friend. We're going to be coming up late. Is it okay for them to stay over? That is how my household is run, right? Now, there's some other people that keep saying that if it was them, they would have dropped the person in the town. Why would I do that? I know at the back of my head that it is a challenge to get drive to where she lives, right? And so that would not come up as an option for me because I have a vehicle. So this is what I'm going to do. I know for a fact that getting transportation from in the town to where she lives is a challenge, which means she'd wait really long. Now when we came up that morning, it was like after 1 to 2 in the morning. So on a regular day, it's hard. In regular time, it's hard to get a drive, right? So at 1, 2 o'clock in night, what's gonna happen? And the same thing would happen. I would sit in the town, wait on her to get a drive, then drive home and wait on her to tell me that she has reached home. Why should I go through all of that when I can simply just drop her home myself? So yes, to answer that question, no, I would not drop her in the town, even if you would. Now, third thing I've heard is that people say to me that they would have woken her up. Woken her up. Why would I do that? If she wasn't tired, she wouldn't have fallen asleep. Now she was tired. She couldn't have eaten off her food because she was so tired. I don't get how you all think. It's as if you have to legit be in the situation to act like a human being, right? And I know you're upset with me. Well, not everybody, but I know some people are upset with me because of the decision I made. But I wouldn't have made any other decision. All those things that you think about, you're on the outside looking in. God forbid you were ever in a position like I was, then that's how you treat your friends, though. I don't know what to say about you because, you know, yeah, I am not angry. And for those who think I'm angry, I'm not angry at the fact that I made the decision to drop home my friend. I am not angry at the fact that I made the choice to pass my home and drop home my friend. I am angry because I made the right decision, to stop driving and let somebody else drive because I thought I could not go on and I was tired, and I still ended up dying and coming back. I still ended up in a horrible position. So it begs to differ, or is that even the term? I made the right decision and I still ended up with a bad result. Yet we are grown up and we're taught right from wrong. And when you do the right things, the right result will follow you. And when you do the wrong things, the wrong result will follow you. I did the right thing though. I stopped. I let the people in my vehicle know that, listen, I'm automatically now tired. And if I blink, I might fall asleep and we might go in a ditch. So somebody else needs to drive on a straight road. I made that conscious decision. I mean, I could have decided to push through, turn up the music, turn the air condition off, get some fresh breeze. I could have done that. But I was traveling with 3 other souls. So I did not think that was the right decision. And I made the right decision. And I still ended up in this godforsaken position. So then how can you do the right thing and still end up with a bad result? Like, tell me in the comments, how do you expect me to get past that? Because I've not gotten past that. And I probably never will. I probably have to find a way to get over it. But every day I ask myself the same question. I made the right decision. Was there another right decision that I bypassed, that I should have made, that I did not make? I lost my friend. I lost my ability to see out of one eye, and now my left eye is behaving as if it wants to give the right eye company. Right? I've been in pain for 1 year and 8 months before I can get any relief. My left femur is not healing. My right hip has to be fully replaced. I have arthritis at 34 years old. The fracture in my spine is a lingering pain. I have a hairline fracture in my jawbone. I made the right decision though. And this is what I get. So I'm not angry at my friend because she was sleeping and she didn't get up and see what's happening. I'm not angry at my friends because they decided to. I'm not angry at my friends because they decided to follow me along that journey. I'm angry because I chose to do the right thing. And even though I chose to do the right thing, I ended up almost losing my life. And you all see me out here being positive, and I'm not trying to be fake. I don't have a fake bone in my body, even if I tried. But I believe that in order for my body to heal, my mind has to be at a place where it's comfortable enough, where my body doesn't play Russian roulette with this recovery. Every day my body should get up and say, okay, deana-rae's mind is at a good place. Today's a healing day. And every day my body should get up and say, today's a healing day. Because by the grace of God, all your prayers, all your kind words, all your encouragement, and God and a positive mind is what's going to make me recover to a point where I can be functional in my new normal. Because certain things about me are never going to change unless God wants them to change. My brain damage is not going to change until God wants it to change. My foreign accent syndrome is not going to go anywhere until God wants it to go somewhere. I don't know if miraculously I'm going to see in the right eye again, but we serve a God that knows the word impossible. Just know it as a word that exists. But I'm angry. I'm angry every day because I'm reminded, like right now, I'm even more angry because I'm so emotional, but I can only cry out of one eye. I can only cry out of one eye. And it's a reminder that deana-rae, your eye doesn't work, the other eye doesn't work, it's not working, and you have to live with it. And I'm tired of people blaming me for an accident that I didn't cause. I am tired of the naysayers saying that I shoulda, coulda, woulda done whatever. I tell you, if that situation was 10 million times again, I would have made the same decision to drop my friend home. I love and appreciate all my friends. And I'm not an easy person to deal with. Listen, I am not an easy person to deal with, and I have multiple personalities. And it's not something that I'm saying just because, people just say it. I'm diagnosed with multiple personality disorder. And so you have to learn, if you love me enough, to deal with any personality that you get and understand that it's always coming from a weird place of love or an actual place of love. And so I don't take my friends for granted. And I'm tired of the opinions. And I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but don't be angry at me for making the right decisions. How can you be angry at somebody for making the right decision? Would you have woken up your friend and dropped her in the town at 1, 2 o'clock in the night? Would you have been tired and still forced to drive? Would you get up from a coma and be angry with this friend because you chose to be a friend to her? I'm not angry at any of my friends. I am pissed that I lost a friend. And I'm pissed that I'm not the same person I was before, but maybe that person needed to be shed in order for me to walk in my purpose. And those are the things that I use to continue going. The fact that I've been through so much trauma, you guys are not even gonna be ready for what I'm about to unleash on this channel. I think I have been through every specific trauma humanly possible that anybody can go through. I can legit relate to it. And my accident is just the icing on the cake. And a lot of people commend me for being able to push, being able to, accept things for what they are and be positive. But I have to be positive because I can't change the past. I can only live in my purpose. I can only live for the future. I can only move on, because if I wasn't supposed to be here, I wouldn't have woken up. And I've been waking up every morning since. So I'm angry. I'm probably always going to be angry. I have a skewed knowledge now of right and wrong, but I'm still going to always make the right decisions. And sometimes we don't know what that right decision is. We don't know if the choices that are presented in front of us are the right decisions. And we're not going to know until we make a choice. But don't take the choice away from others. As a human being, always remember, life is a choice. And you should not put yourself in the position to take away somebody's choice in whatever situation they may come into your life. Alright guys, enough of that. Alright, so I want to thank you so much for being on another video with me. It's been a trip. I'm trying not to be so emotional, but listen, it's been rough. I have my sad days, I have my very great days, I have my fabulous days. And you'll see me out here trying to push, trying to make something of myself, trying to live in this new normal. And in this new normal is where I'm going to excel. And my purpose that I'm living is to motivate, is to inspire, and to be there for every person that needs me. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So today I'm here for you guys, okay? Thank you so much for being on another video with me. I am your wonderful, your beautiful, the one and the only BBB. Catch you in the next video, guys. Mwah.